When I heard the sample of the MIDI playback of the recorded sounds, I was very surprised at how credible it was.
The detail and everything you hear in this room is just, it's unbelievable, actually.
Man, it's convincing.
Recording with Steve is unlike recording with anyone else. This guy knows what he's looking for. Not only does he know what he's looking for, but he knows exactly where to find it.
In my estimation, the sound being recorded should be very close to the final sound that people will hear when they buy the record, or I should stop and fix it.
He's happy to go in and check the sounds, and based on what sort of musical output you want, to tune each drum in a way that's going to be expressive of that idea.
I've been trained through the analog tradition where you get the sound right and then you record it, rather than you record something and then work on it until it sounds right. In a perfect world, you would need to do very, very little between the recording phase and the mixing stage when you're finally wrapping everything up. The console in our studio is a Neotech Elite console. The model is the Elite. We chose that console because it has an extremely clean signal path, very low noise. In my estimation, it's one of the most neutral, cleanest sounding consoles that's ever been made.
It's awesome. It's just something different. It's very clear, very focused. I think it's captured everything that the drums are that we're recording.
The drums by themselves sound great, the way that we have them tuned. Obviously they have their own personality there, but having them in that room gives the end user the opportunity to have either very nice sounding drums, or if they want to turn up those room microphones, to have a really large, boomy sound.
The construction of the studio electrical audio is atypical of modern or contemporary recording studios. Here we had the luxury of buying the building that we built the studio in, so we could do anything we wanted. And so we tore out all of the interior construction in the whole building, and we built new masonry walls inside the exterior envelope of the building. So the reflected sound energy in the rooms is more comfortable. It's easier on your ear than like a sharp, brittle, reflective surface.
What we wanted to do is use the sounds of the Adobe and the hardwood to basically complement the sound of all the drums.
What I was doing is going back to the basics of what I was taught on how do you strike a drum, how do you strike a cymbal. There's correct ways and there's wrong ways. So what I did is all the proper techniques to try to get every little bit of tone out of this thing that we possibly can.
The drums that we recorded here for the tune track session cover sort of two ends of an idiom. Like on the smaller drums are more open, more resonant, more singing, and each of the drums tends to have a distinct note and personality to it. The other end of the spectrum is the big body, like wet, powerful drums, large drums, a lot of drums. Those sounds are much bolder and much more powerful in an idiomatic sense.
It's amazing to me, and that's why I was so happy to be a part of it and see the whole production from beginning to end. Because when it all comes into that drum machine and that program, when you're in there writing that stuff and you're hearing it back, it's something special.
Basically, the amount of care and detail that's put into these sessions is, I find it amazing. And it's also cool that people who might not have otherwise been here at Electrical will get a little taste of what it sounds like.
Listening to it, you could absolutely picture the person playing the drums recorded in our studio. Familiar drums, familiar sounds. The acoustic sounded, genuine. The interaction of the drums with each other sounded genuine. Everything about it sounded convincing.